man. So talk to me a little bit about you, about what you do,
Yeah.
and how do you balance like everything? Because I know we have talked earlier, and you said you had a family and stuff like that. You had
Yeah.
a wife, all the good stuff, Um, like what keeps you going, and how do you find the time to balance everything?
What keeps me going? What keeps me going? Let's see. I just have a lot of dreams, since I was a little kid, living a life where I can do what I want when I want. I think what really, really started everything was I had my first job at 14 years old. I was a janitor at my middle school.
I love that.
Yeah, and might sound fucked up, but I was working with older people, right? Janitors who were like in their 50s and 40s. And I was like, what do I need to do to not be doing this when I reach their age?
Right, right.
That really opened up my eyes. And unfortunately, I got to work for the first time, full time when I was 15 years old. It was to this youth employment program, Monterey County Youth Employment Program.
Okay.
Shout out to them. And they let us work 8 hours a day in the summertime. And I was a janitor at Social Middle School, Salinas, California.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
So the humble beginnings of Arturo were a
Yeah.
janitor at a high school. At a high
Yeah,
school.
man, taking gum off of desks, painting classrooms, you name it,
But that's
bro.
essentially what it has to. But that's essentially what it takes for you not to want to go back to that. Like you knew what you. I think everybody needs to experience some kind of pain like that to understand. Okay, this is not what I want to do,
Yeah.
and I know for a fact that people only do this because they choose to, in a sense. I mean, most don't, but right. Um, I mean, like I guess for me was I started cutting hair at a very young age.
Yeah.
I started cutting hair around 13 years old, and I would come home from working from the fields, and I would still cut hair. So that's how I knew. I was like, okay, if I'm this tired, if I'm this tired, I know this is what I want to do for the rest of as long as I can do it, right? So as far as like balancing that, and then you have two kids, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so do I, bro. So we're in the same boat, right? It's tough. It really is, especially running a business. Having a personal life is almost non-existent, right?
Yeah, it's like being a parent is a full-time job, like literally, 24/7, especially with the newborn, they wake up at 12, 3 in the morning, 6 a.m. So like you really don't get your full 8 hours. It's impossible, It's a full-time job, really. It's more
Essentially,
than a
yeah.
full-time
Oh,
job.
it's a job that I don't regret having.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because at this point of my life, I know why I'm doing what I do. It's for my kids. It's for my kids. I firmly believe that we build something that we think it's for us, but it's not really for us, right? We build it for our kids. Like how you said, you want to do whatever you want to do when you want to do it, and I think doing those things with your kids just makes it even better. So so did you always start? Because I sent you your page. You have over what 17,000 followers and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
how did you build that up, and how did that all start? With like, did you just start shooting weddings, or?
Yeah, so it's funny how I got my start. So I went to Sac State. I went to college. I moved to Sacramento in 2013, and
Okay.
um, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know what I wanted to major in. I was really into science. I was in the health academy in LSL High School. So I was kind of, wanting to get into the medical field. But once I saw like all the requirements and wait lists that you needed, like you just had to come in with good grades to get into the program, right?
Right.
And I did not. I would ditch school. I was just not the ideal student. So
Student.
yeah. So I was like, all right, well, that's out the window. What can I do? And I saw this flyer. I was walking to class one day and I saw this flyer, and it was a film festival, like film competition. And it was about like overcoming hardships, whether it was due to like financial hardships, your religion, your ethnicity, whatever. I was like, man, this speaks to me. Let me make a little short documentary and see where this goes. And that's how I got my start in film. I had an iPhone 5C at the time, and I would just interview.
5C?
Yeah,
Dude.
handheld, bro. Like no
Dude.
gimbal, nothing. I don't even think gimbals were out. And I would just handheld. I would interview like some of the students that I had in class, like other colleagues, RAs in the dorms. My friends. Put that together, submitted it, and I won second place. And I won second place, and then I got some award money, and I used that to get my first camera. It was a Rebel SL1, and Yeah.
That's sick, bro.
That's how I got my start. Literally
That's sick. That's
started
fucking
calling
sick.
myself a filmmaker. You know, got a little tripod. I was just shoot for fun. Like it was literally just a hobby. And I was a starving artist at the time. Like I was literally couch surfing, staying with my friends from back in the dorms. They got an apartment, so I moved in with them. And I was couch surfing, bro. I was sleeping on the couch for like a whole year. And yeah, that's where like I really started. And I would just shoot anything, like parties, you name it. We just go into the city and just shoot, you know, just
Cities.
Sacramento.
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 Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
When you said SL1, it really brought me back to my first camera. It was a Rebel T6,
Oh, there you go.
T6i. I've been with Canon forever, and I'm ready to switch, bro.
Really? You ready to
I'm
switch?
ready to switch. But that's a cool story, bro. Just because like a lot of people think that running a 6-figure business it just comes from thin air.
Nah.
Nah, it doesn't, right? You know.
Yeah. And like for me, like it was never about business. Like I was just a freaking starving artist. Like for me, it was just expression of art. Like I would make the randomest videos. Like they were more like music video style. I would just go out to San Francisco or LA with my friends, like spring break or whatever, and just shoot videos and put music over it. You know, songs that we were listening to at the time. Just something cool to watch, and it was just for us. Like we weren't even posting. I wasn't even posting. I didn't even have social media at the time.
What year was this?
This was 2014.
2014.
2014.
2014. The Instagram had just maybe taken off. I think it got the whole new rebrand. I remember 2014 very vividly because I had just graduated high school.
Yeah.
I was cutting hair and in my mom's garage, and I remember I would post on Snapchat a lot. Actually, Snapchat was the shit back in
It
the day.
was the stories.
Yeah, that's literally how I got business in, bro. Was the stories, and I think all the social platforms kind of picked up on that because because now every social platform now has a story now, you know, and I'm a firm believer that your posts attract and your stories convert every single time. Like people are nosy, bro.
Yeah.
People are nosy, you know.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'll click on someone's story before I even go to their page, you know. And that's a point to what I just said. Like to sell, you're gonna convert through your stories 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
You know. What would you say was like the hardest thing starting up like your film to what like you went into weddings? How like
Yeah, so I went into weddings, and I think this is how most people get into it. You know, you get asked by a family friend, "Hey, shoot a wedding for me," and you're like,
Right.
"Well, I really don't know what I'm doing, but I'm down because it's just another party to film." So I would shoot,
It's really
right?
essentially essentially that's what it is.
That's what it
It's
is.
just a party.
You're just filming
Yeah.
another party. So I
Yeah.
was like, "Yeah, I'm down," and it sucked, man. It was terrible. The first wedding I ever did. Delivered on a DVD, didn't even post it anywhere because yeah, it was a DVD, man. It's a Mexican.
Those of you watching, Gen Zers do not know the struggles it was for a DVD and especially like for people that paid for videographers to put it on a DVD. You had to keep that safe. If you scratch that shit, your memories are gone forever.
Yeah.
You know. So I think now it's a better platform to give. Here's a SD.
Yeah.
Here's a
Dropbox link.
Yeah, here's a Dropbox links and boom.
Download it. Save it to your hard drive. But yeah, that's how I got my start. And at the time I knew nothing about cameras, bro. I don't know what any like numbers meant on the lenses. I don't know about frame rates. I don't know about shutter speed. All I know was press record and make it look good. So I learned through trial and error. So I would shoot these weddings, one after another. And at the end of every single one, I was already using the notes app on my phone, and I would just be like, all right, well, figure out a way to make this better for the next one, make this better for the next one.
That's cool because not a lot of people will take notes like that. Like they just kind of they kind of just shoot the sticks and expect things to like work when it's not.
And if you don't do that, those tiny little things, like you're never gonna improve.
Yeah, those little minute things are just gonna like come up on the worst moments, especially when especially like imagine if you didn't take notes and what's it called? You didn't take notes and then at a big wedding you didn't fix what those you know what I mean? And it would have just been a shitty time, you know.
You would never get another big wedding.
Yeah, bro. So, right now, like especially like in my business right now, like I'm on iPhone right now. Like iPhone is like king for me at this very for content purposes only. I would love to shoot on my camera, but you know what it's like shooting on the camera. Yeah, I mean, I love doing the extra work, but with kids, bro, it's kind of hard.
Yeah.
It's hard, bro. So, if you're a barber out there wanting to shoot content, like you have to choose what's efficient for you.
Yeah.
And I think the iPhone is where it's at. I mean, because if you think about it, bro, I don't know if you know that movie 28 Weeks Later,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the zombie movie, the new
That's a
one.
good one. Yeah.
I don't know if you know this, but that whole movie, the new one's coming out is being shot on iPhone.
No way. The
Yeah,
whole thing?
the whole thing,
Oh
iPhone 16
shit.
Pro.
Dang.
On iPhone 16 Pro, it's 1 TB. Obviously, it's like rigged up,
Yeah.
but it's shot on S-Log,
That's
A-Log,
crazy.
sorry, A-Log.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So it kind of puts it in perspective. It's like, do you really need for just content purposes? You know, unless it's like for me, I love the depth of field that cameras give.
Yeah.
You know, but barbers always mix it up. Oh, should I shoot on the camera on your phone? No, dude, use your phone.
Yeah.
Use your phone.
Because I think at the end of the day, it's all about lighting. I think it's more about lighting than it is about what camera you use.
Oh, 100%,
And
bro.
I've proven it myself, like in my own work. And like when you were cutting my hair earlier and you did that shot on the phone, like it looked hella good. I'm like, man, you don't need a freaking mirrorless. You don't need no like cinema camera
But
to
just
get this quality.
but to me, it's like if I could make that look good on an iPhone, just
Imagine.
imagine
Yeah.
on a FX3 or on a R5.
Yeah.
You know, I just imagine. I often think about it. I'm like, oh, dude, like that's another step that no one else is taking. You know, if you're shooting on a camera, kudos to you because that is an extra step that
Yeah.
no one is willing to take, and it does shoot better because
No, it does.
it's a bigger sensor.
It does. Yeah.
It's a bigger sensor.
Yeah.
You know, um, so you once so you had told me that you started off with like what 100 followers last year and then it just took off.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I was 1,000 something followers, and I remember I made plans like, man, by the end of this year, I want to have at least 2,000 followers because I mean, the more followers you have, the more work you're likely to get. That's just how it is. You know, you have 1,000 more, and those 1,000, one or two might book, might book me. And a lot of the times when you get a follow, it doesn't convert into a sale immediately. It takes time. Like they might watch your work from the sidelines for a bit, and then you're like, who's this person? I'm gonna follow back. Because I see a little ring on their bio or something like engage. I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna follow back.
Dope.
And then some time goes by, and then yeah, sure enough, I get an inquiry from them, and
I
I'm
mean,
like,
that's how I met you. I followed you through Gabe. I
yeah,
followed your page. I was like, oh, cool. Like he's into film. I'm into film too. Cool. I'm gonna
yeah,
follow him. Boom, follow. Done deal. I didn't even look back. And then you inquired about the podcast, and I was like, oh, dude, let's fucking do it. Like I'm looking for guests right now, you know, for the podcast. So I'm not just trying to keep it just niche down to just barbering
yeah,
because I feel like everyone has, especially in the service industry, I feel like everybody has a humble beginning, and I would just love to know the story behind how did you get there and why? What makes you tick?
yeah.
What gets you up in the morning? So yeah, so what gets you up in the morning?
So now it's my
It's a
kids.
kid,
Like I
same.
feel like I wouldn't have the same drive if it wasn't to see my kids thrive. You know what I mean? Um, when you're single and unmarried and no kids, it's a lot easier to be responsible and kind of do everything for yourself and be selfish. And now that, I'm married and have a wife and
Right.
kids, I'm like selfless. Like everything I do is with them in mind. I don't make plans without incorporating them in them somehow. And you know what I mean? So I feel like they're my drive. They're definitely my drive. Like I wouldn't wake up in the morning and
a huevo,
be so
right?
full of energy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and even if I'm not full of energy, like I have to be
Yeah.
because if I don't do things, who will? You know what I
No,
mean?
100%. And I'm a big advocate for that. You know, like if you don't do it for yourself, then who will? That's why I always say, if you're a service in the service industry, put yourself out there. Like do it. Like if no one's gonna do it for you, like you might as well go all in. Like if you're willing to work hard at a job that's like paying you minimum wage, why wouldn't you go as hard as that? For you
For your own
and
self.
for your family.
Yeah.
For your family.
Yeah. It's like I'll get home from a wedding at night, say 12 a.m., 11 p.m., whatever.
Right.
And
right.
I'll start working on the edit immediately, like next day surprise for the couple. And people will trip out, they'll wake up in the morning like, damn, how did you edit this so fast? Not even like the content creator they hired did it so quickly. But for me, it's like, if I don't do it, who will? Like,
Yeah, dude, and to add to that, like people always ask me, like, bro, how do you edit? Like, I mean, dude, it's not like hard for me. Like
yeah, I feel like because we've done it so many times.
that, and I mean, I'm sure you can agree with me. Is I enjoy it.
Yeah, no, yeah, 100%.
I enjoy editing. Like, I really do. Like,
Yeah.
it's probably gonna be a sad day the day I have to delegate that, but it's probably gonna be a lot less stress too.
Yeah.
Because you know how stressful it is when it comes to like how many projects you have to edit. For me, it's how many haircuts I have to edit, how many when to post it, how to post it, covers, reactions, and all this stuff. Like I have a whole framework when it comes to content. Like the best way to get people engaged is to have a 3 clip sequence, and this works for any service industry, not just barbering. The way I think of it is have a satisfying action, whether it be ASMR
Oh
or
yeah.
a difference being made
Oh
or
yeah.
some kind of hair falling off or something falling off.
Yeah.
Like for example, like if you're in landscaping, people love seeing the whole
The
like,
head trims.
yeah, like you know,
Yeah.
in cinematography, people love seeing like the whole like all the sounds like for me, I find that very satisfying when you
No,
set
it
up a
is.
rig.
It is.
Like that's very satisfying. So
Yeah.
so the framework for that is if you can make something as satisfying as possible, you're gonna make that thing super engaging to that person that doesn't really care about those type of things. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, for me it's like when I'm editing, it's like I don't know, like what makes me feel the most alive when I'm watching it. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of my whole like mindset. It's like it's easier for me to get home and start editing right away, even though I'm tired as hell. Even though I just drove like 2, 3 hours, I still get home and I get started right away because it's like fresh in my mind, like what I just shot. And while I was shooting it, I'm like, oh, this is going in the edit. Versus if I wait like a month to start working on it, it might not be as fresh in my mind
Yeah,
as it was. You know?
I have the saying that coffee gets cold.
Yeah.
Coffee gets cold, you know, but obviously coffee could get warmed up again. But what I mean by that is the idea is fresh. The longer you wait, the more the more you're just not gonna the more you the longer you wait,
Yeah.
the more you're just gonna put it off, and it's gonna be shoved down, and you're not gonna remember to do it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
So it's cool that you just right away you do it and then call it a day. You know, so I seen on your page that you put cinematic meets fly on the wall. Like, what does that mean to you?
Yeah, so fly on the wall is like I try not to be noticed when I'm filming. Like I try to be like not in your face, very organic, candid moment capturing versus asking you to pose, being that annoying videographer, like do this and do that and do that.
Yeah.
Because I don't like that. Like if I'm getting married and the videographer, photographer, like super intrusive, like yo, just let me be, let me enjoy my day, just do what you do, but don't get in my way, you know? That's just my approach. And cinematic is like, well, I'm blending the two. I'm blending, you know, nice shots, you know, panoramics, establishing shots, details, decor with like documentary style footage. And that's kind
That's
of what it
dope. That's
means, you
dope.
know,
Like a lot
like
of I find documentary footage very satisfying and
it is.
very engaging
It's
to
very
watch.
raw, very authentic.
Yeah,
It's not
it's very candid,
staged.
very very
Yeah.
cinematic. You know, like it's really dope. Like I definitely think that separates you from different videographers in California.
Yeah.
You know, like I know a bunch of videographers in California where they'll constantly be in your face with the gimbal and all this
Yeah.
other stuff.
Yeah. Do this, do
Do that,
that.
do this and that.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude. Um, what is like one of the hardest weddings you ever had to shoot?
Hardest weddings. Well, it wasn't a wedding, it was a quinceañera, you know. Just when you're first starting out, you'll say yes to any job that comes your way. Now I don't shoot quinceañeras. I
Oh,
know it may
really?
sound messed up, but every time
What
I get
is?
asked about a quince, I'm not
I
available.
mean, I'm sure you'll do it if it's like a family member or something, right? Or like
Yeah, I did my sister's in Mexico a couple like 2 years ago.
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
did.
It's very like special. You better be related to me, or you better know me from like years ago, or
Yeah,
I better like you.
yeah,
Like that and I'm sure you're that family member. Oh, did you bring your camera?
yeah.
Yeah, I know what that feels. I'm that guy that always gets asked, oh, did you bring your clippers, bro? Like, no, I didn't bring my clippers, bro. I'm at a family party, man. I'm trying to relax. Like, you think I want to cut hair all day? No, I
Yeah.
don't, bro. Like, come on, like,
Exactly. Which for me it kind of sucks because like I said, bro, I started as a straight up like artist, like just filming whatever was cool and I liked. And now it's like become a job. It's a business. So now I don't even take my cameras with me when I go anywhere because I mean I use them. I don't want to break them or accidentally wet them or something or have them stolen because now I can't work. I can't use it to
well,
work. You know?
that's your tool to work.
Yeah. And before it was like just like a hobby.
Yeah, opposed to like, to a clipper, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not
It's
like
an accessory.
yeah, it's not like you can just go ahead and buy one the next day and be like, okay, I'm gonna eat 5 grand. It's fine,
Yeah,
whatever. I'm
exactly.
okay. No, it's
Yeah.
not how that works. Unfortunately, but like what is like one of the humblest things you had to learn as a creative entrepreneur, and then like being in the film industry, I'm sure it's competitive too.
Mm, yeah, it's competitive, but I think it's like community over competition, right?
Yeah,
So
I
I,
love
I
that.
love to, yeah, just connect with others and bounce ideas around and see how they work and they can see how I work. I don't feel like I'm in competition with anyone, honestly. We all do what we do and do it a little bit differently. We all have our own sauce, you know what I mean? And that's what I love about just being an artist in general. Like you can really learn off of others and they can learn off of
No,
you.
yeah, it's 100%. I honestly can't really say too much about the barber industry because everyone's in competition with the next barber.
Really?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh my God, bro. It's kind of a toxic environment. Um, I mean, there is some people out there that will, or some barbers that will like support you, but for the most part, most are just like in their own little bubble, or they'll just like kind of stick to themselves, and that's fine, you know. But don't expect for doors to open for you if you're just gonna be like closed off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, like I'm very big on the community. This is another reason why I wanted to do the podcast is to open up doors not from only myself but for other people. Like I have a platform for Instagram, so I would love to put others on. I would love to like shed light on my barbers here and share their stories yourself, you know, and stuff like that. So I'm definitely gonna use my platform for good, starting now, and see where it takes me. Honestly.
Yeah, I mean, we can all eat. Like, it's like I'll gladly refer, a client that comes to me that, asks for a date that I don't have available to another
No, same here.
videographer.
Yeah.
Like, I'll gladly. And if I was a barber, I feel like I would do the same. Even if that other barber starts getting repeat, work or just, yeah, work from that client, like, I don't mind it. Like, there's enough money for everyone to eat.
A
Like,
hundred percent,
you
a
know,
hundred percent, and I'm very big on specializing, especially when it comes to business. Like I know the ideal client that I
yeah.
want. Like you'll never see. I mean, I'm not gonna say you'll never because I'm open to do it, but oh, crap, I hit the record on that button. Oh, crap, I can't remember one more
Hit
time.
the 30?
Yeah, but hit the 30.
That was 30 already?
Yeah, bro.
No way. Jesus. I felt like it's been like 10 minutes.
I know, dude. It's okay. Switch it up. See, I would walk in front of that. It would fucking.
Then the autofocus
Yeah.
thing.
It would start hunting. And it has a very horrible thing of hunting, bro. Like it just hunts for no fucking reason. But that's what I got. So it works. But
And that cable's to, oh, never mind. I thought that cable was to power your camera, but it's for the
no, I
light.
wish. I wish. But yeah, I'm very big on knowing your client and the ideal client that you want.
It's focusing right now. You want me to focus it to you?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You are a filmmaker, bro. To it's a manual, so you got yeah, yeah. There you go. Awesome. Excuse me. But yeah, I'm very big on knowing your client and knowing the ideal client that you want, especially when you want to specialize in business, right? Like I'm very big on that because like as far as being a barber, like you should know what kind of client you want, and I'm sure you're the same way too when
Oh,
it comes
yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
filmmaking, right? Right? Like I hear all the time, oh, I don't like doing low tapers, I don't like doing this, I don't like doing that. Okay, then you should post the haircuts you want to do. That way, those clients come to you. Like believe it or not, like there's someone out there that needs your services. You're just not promoting it the correct way.
Yeah.
Like if you go on my page, you won't see African American hair. You know what I mean? You won't see you won't see women hair on there. You know what I mean? Like I'm not saying I won't ever do it, but it's just not what I specialize in. I specialize in scissor work and beards. Like
Yeah.
that's all I get. And I'm sure you have your ideal client too, right? You know, so to any service provider, I genuinely can't stress this enough. Post a client that you want and and do business with. Like
Yeah.
it's that simple.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. Yeah. I was telling you earlier, I had a previous client call me racist because I didn't post their work.
Wow.
And it's not about their race. It's about my ideal client. Like I don't post every single wedding that I shoot. I will post most of them, but I don't post all of them because like how you said, I post the ones that will attract my ideal clients. And if I have the date available and I mean, I'll probably shoot your wedding if I have the date available and you can, if you can afford the price, why not? But but yeah, it's not about race. It's not about
It's not. It really
no,
isn't.
it's just about targeting your ideal client. It's just marketing.
Yeah. No. I get that a lot too in my DMs. I'll be like, "Oh, do you do black people? Do you cut black people?" I'm like, "I can cut it. I just don't post it.
Yeah.
I just don't post it. Like, I have a few black clients, but like, I just don't post them. Not because I don't want to, but because I just haven't gotten around to it. One or two, I just have other haircuts that I know that will work. Like there's a specific formula when it comes to Instagram. Like you do more of what works.
Yeah.
Like don't keep doing the stuff that you don't want to do and then expect it to work. That's the definition of
Yeah.
it.
Insanity.
That's the definition of insanity. You're
Yeah.
doing the exact same thing over and over again, expecting it to work when
Different results.
that's not gonna no, it's not gonna work that way. You know,
Yeah,
that's
they
just
say Einstein said that, but who knows, right?
I mean,
They quote him for
they
it.
quote them for it, but that's true. And I'm always one to like build systems and figure out what works and what doesn't work. You know, so
Yeah, systems. Funny you say that. I was just forgot where I saw this, but it said like the first 1,000 that you make is off your hustle. The first 100 grand you make is off. Forget the word was, but your first million is from a system, and you're never gonna make a million if you don't have a system in place.
yeah, 100%. And I'm currently tweaking my system. Like I already have a system in place that works. I'm just currently tweaking it because it's always changing, and you got to change with the times, bro. You know what I mean? You got to change with the times and stuff like that. Because if you don't, then you're gonna be left behind. I'm very big on having AI ChatGPT help me brainstorm. Like some of the things that it comes up with is fucking ridiculous, but but for the most part, I like using it because it does help me brainstorm. It helps me take notes and stuff like that. It's great at note taking. I don't know if you ever use ChatGPT for note taking, but
No.
it's super good for note taking. I'll just speak to it and then I'll write down what I said, or it break it down even further on what it thought I meant, which is pretty cool because it does help to have different opinions and stuff like that. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait for artificial general intelligence, AGI, because
What is that?
AI is just mimicking intelligence, but AGI is like actual
Oh, is it
intelligence.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
It's
that.
not out yet, and they're working on it, but that'll have like its own actual intelligence. Because ChatGPT is just mimicking how we talk, right? You tell it to put more flair in it or spice it up or whatever,
Yeah.
but it's mimicking like how people talk. You know, it'll go into Reddit forums, it'll go into Quora
Yeah.
conversations, and it'll just kind of spit out what others have said. But AGI is supposed to like actually think on its own, and it's not out yet, obviously,
Oh
right?
shit.
But
That's. What do you think about AI though?
I'm excited.
I'm excited about it
I'm
too, but
excited.
there's like a fine line between excitement, and then like kind of a little scared. At the
Well,
same
it,
time.
it teaches you stuff. It's like my car drives itself. My wife is scared of it, but it like shows me how to drive. So like I have two pairs of eyes. That car has cameras 360 all around. Human doesn't have cameras all around. So why would I not trust a car that drives itself that has three eyes all over it versus two human eyes, right? It can see what I can't see. So why wouldn't I put more trust in it?
Do you edit while you're driving?
I can't. No, that's something like you don't really. No one tells you until you actually like drive it, but like it won't let you drive itself if you're on your phone. It'll start like beeping at
Oh,
you, and
shit.
it'll even suspend you for a whole week if you're on your phone while driving.
Dude, that's fucking legit.
It already happened to me.
That's
like,
fucking legit because
yeah.
like I'm over here thinking like, oh fuck, I can take a nap or like
No, you put on glasses and they're dark. Yeah, you can. But you
shit.
probably don't want to do it though.
Well,
'Cause-
no.
no, the reason why you don't want to do it is because
It's like, well,
like
it's not
if,
safe.
no, it's like well, yeah, it's unsafe. But like if somebody braked really hard and they left tire marks on the road, I don't know what it is, but it confuses those for like I don't know what it confuses it for, but it'll try to like merge all crazy if it sees that on the fucking highway.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so if
Damn.
you're asleep and that happens, like what's gonna happen to you?
Holy
You know, like
fuck.
what if you run into a side? That's why I don't trust it like that. And it's supervised right now. So the full self-driving is supervised. It's not unsupervised like the Waymos and the cyber taxi.
Supervised. Was someone watching you? Like
No, like you're supervising the AI.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, it's using you as it's basically you're supervising it. And
Waymo's crazy, bro.
yeah, that one's unsupervised. Like that one's there's no one behind the wheel. Yeah.
That's crazy. One of my buddies lives in LA, and he's like, bro, I never drive my car. Yeah, he's like, I never drive my car. I literally take the Waymo. It's hella cheap. It's cheaper than gas.
Oh shit.
It's cheaper than gas. He's like, I'd rather just do that, bro. It's like $4 a ride.
Cheaper than Uber?
I think so, depending on where you're going.
Yeah,
you
that's
know.
right. That's
For him,
right.
his barbershop's around the corner, so for him it's right there, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's nuts what these new AI in cars do is fucking crazy. Like I before I use AI to help me brainstorm, help me write up scripts. I actually told it a few things about you to kind of prep for this podcast, and it gave me some questions and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I'm over here reading it so I can just kind of like flow into it naturally and not just kind of ask, you know, um, So like one of the questions is like, if everything was stripped away, gear, social media following, what would you still do?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Right?
Yeah. Dang. So if everything was like, if I got robbed for all my gear, it's starting from scratch,
Yeah, like
or if like
and just in general, if everything was just stripped from you,
like World War III, like
yeah,
nukes, there's nothing left, or like, because I often think about that, like, would I still do what I do if there was no one to show it to? Like,
yeah,
is that kind of what the question is?
yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
Man.
what would you still do?
Ah.
Would you be back a janitor?
Wait, if social media just like disappeared,
Yeah, it says if everything was stripped away, gear, social media following, what would you still do? I feel like for me, I feel like you can still take pictures and stuff like that, and like figure out a way to get there. Like
basically, if I was starting from scratch.
yeah, pretty much.
So maybe it's like a question that you tell like someone who's starting from scratch, like
Yeah,
advice you would give to them.
yeah.
Like if you were starting from nothing, use your iPhone, just how you said.
Use your
I,
fucking
I would use
iPhone.
my iPhone. That's what I did. Remember I was telling you with
Yeah,
the 5C?
yeah,
That's
yeah.
literally what I did.
Yeah, that's fucking sick, bro. And then earlier you were telling me too about you had a documentary, correct?
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
you
the Pueblo, the
That's
Kilo,
fucking sick.
Jalisco. Yeah.
So where can they find it, and how can they watch it? Because that's freaking interesting. Because I was literally telling you that people from like I have a client of mine that his dad will watch somebody just walking around with like an action camera on his head,
Yeah.
and will just walk around the Philippines. And that video alone has like 40 million views, and people
Yeah.
would just watch that all
That's
day.
crazy.
So that gives me that kind of vibe. Like people from that town were probably like, oh, I remember that when I was,
Yeah, so my parents from a little small town in Jalisco called Quila, and I would go back every year, and for las fiestas, Christmas, New Year, spend it out there. So 2 years ago, I went, took all my gear, and I would interview older people, people's grandparents, people's great grandparents that are over there in Quila still. I would just sit down like this and interview them,
Sick,
ask them
bro.
questions
That's
like, how
sick.
was life back in the day? Kind of like a time capsule, because I know that moving forward, like these videos will live on forever on the internet, and they didn't have that when they were growing up. So that's the way I'm thinking. Like, man, if I record this right now, my great grandchildren will probably see this and be like, man, that was my great grandfather
Yeah.
interviewing and talking to great grandma of this. You know what I mean? That's how I'm thinking. So I'm like, and it's crazy because most of these people that I've interviewed already passed away. A lot of them. And this was just like 2 years ago.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I would love to see that. I would love to see that documentary, bro.
It got to the point where people were like, don't let Junior interview you because you're gonna die.
Oh what? Oh shit.
Yeah.
Damn. So
people started saying that. It's like, nah, like
it's not what it is. That's not it, guys.
that's not what it is.
That's not what I'm trying to do.
That's not what I'm trying to do. It's just like I'm trying to preserve. You know what I mean? If anything, like it should be a good thing if I interview you because
yeah.
you know that there's not much time left for that person. Because
Because I was thinking of doing that for my grandma, because my grandparents, because I saw my grandparents, and I would love to interview them and have something, something that I can look back on, and
yeah, because there's pictures, but then there's video.
Video is like the video can tell more, obviously more, because it's video, but yeah, that's a dope, really cool. I'm sure it was a cool experience too, right?
Oh, yeah,
I was sick.
sure,
I was sick.
sure.
I was sick. So yeah, man. What is like one thing you can tell somebody that's getting started in a film?
Don't stop. In the beginning, I remember mom used to call me crazy. I'd be up at like 2, 3 a.m. editing in the living room. She'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? Te va a dar un derrame cerebral. Go to sleep. Like, you're going to get a stroke. I'm like, stroke? I'm like 19, 20. I'm healthy.
What are you talking about, mom?
We want to talk about stroke. But yeah, she would think I was crazy because she would come in the living room and I'd be up editing. And my advice is don't give up, and just have that vision, because when practice meets preparation, right? That's luck, right? So just be ready, like just work your ass off, even if just do it for yourself at first. Now, like how we say we do it for our families, but at first just do it for you. Don't do it for anybody else. when I was in college, I wasn't even on Instagram. I wasn't on Snapchat. All my friends were on it, but I wasn't on it because that's a huge distraction if you're not using it for the right purpose.
Yeah.
So, and then if you're doing it for the gram or Snapchat, it's not going to be authentic to you because you're just copying what you've seen on there and you're trying to replicate that versus doing something that's authentic to you. You know what I mean?
Right.
So don't stop, and you will get to where you want to get eventually. Obviously, don't listen to the naysayers. Surround yourself by people who think like you. Like, I feel like we think alike. So you got a bookshelf. I've read some of those books, and I want to ask you about some of those books. So those are my people, right? People who read, people who,
Yeah, bro,
you know,
yeah.
aspire for more than what they've got, you know, and you eventually reach your goals. Like, we're 30, you know, I just turned 30, you said 31. And I mean, you started when you were what, 15, you said?
13 years old.
13 years old. I started this journey when I was 14, 15. So, I mean, 15 years later, we're doing pretty good. I can't imagine I mean, I did imagine being here. That's a crazy thing, but I didn't know how it was going to happen.
Right.
And that's the thing. Like, you may not know how it's going to happen for you, but it will happen for you at some point. And once it happens to you, you don't feel that it happened to you until you look back and you're like, oh, that's how it happened.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, because everything's in retrospect, right? You look back and like, oh, that was a turning point. And this is, you know, you met this person and that led to this and that led to that.
That part. That's exactly why I wanted to have this podcast to make connections, to meet people, to talk to people, let people hear their story. And because you're right, dude, like I can, like, it's value for value, right? How can I make your life easier? How can you make mine? You know, so you really said those things, and you hit it right on the nail, because I'm trying to be better than I was yesterday, you know, and that, and a better person, you know. That's why I read books. That's why I'm trying to improve myself every step of the way, because like you said, bro, like, we knew we were gonna get here, we just don't know how it was gonna be. right. And one of the things that I can add to that is, don't undervalue your services, right? Like, don't just because you cut hair or you're shooting film, don't undervalue that, because, excuse me, because at the end of the day, oh, god damn it, because at the end of the day, dude, people will always cringe, but then it starts working. It's like, oh shit, I knew him. I know that guy. He used to cut my hair back in the day for $5. You know, now it's 75, bro. Oh shit, what the fuck? You know, and I always get that, especially from family, bro. You know, and I feel like family is one of the, especially in Mexican households, I feel like family is the first ones to kind of give their opinion. I mean, what'd you say?
Oh, hell yeah. Like, I'll tell you about my mom. My mom was like my biggest hater. And now she's proud, you know. Now I know she brags. Not in my face. That's the thing about parents, bro. They will talk shit to your face, but compliment you behind your back.
It's so weird. What does that happen? Like, my mom.
I don't know.
Yeah, my parent, my dad actually stopped doing that. My dad actually tells me he's proud of me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like,
Yeah, my dad, I still can't get that out of him.
Yeah, my dad actually says that he's bien orgulloso de sus hijos. That right there was a turning point. I was like, okay, cool, I'm doing something, because you know, I could have ended up somewhere, you know, because I used to mess with, you know, weed and like stuff like that, and I used to be addicted to what's it called, Adderall and stuff like that back in the day. So who knows where I would have fucking ended up, you know? And yeah, so if I can add anything to that, is, you're right, dude. Like, you just got to keep going, because at the end of the day, you just never know who you're gonna meet. You're one connection away from changing your life, dude. You know, and I firmly believe that. You know, so
yeah, the world works in miraculous ways. It's like, you might call it God, the universe, even quantum physics. I don't know what you call it.
Physics,
but quantum mechanics. You know, I don't know what you call it, but because your mind is a powerful thing.
Oh, 100%, bro.
It attracts situations and people, and it doesn't listen to no's and don'ts. It just listens to what the action is. Like, I don't want to run into this person. What happens is you run into that person, whether it's someone, you know, who you hurt, who hurt you, it doesn't matter. The universe works that way. It doesn't listen to don'ts or do's. It's just the objective thing, right? And you can use it for good or for bad.
Yeah.
And what you think about most, like, somehow you attract, you know, like, it's just probabilities. And like 9 out of 10, what you think about most happens to you.
100%, bro.
And that's what it is. Like working out, it takes time, but you get to where, you're pretty swole, bro. So I'm
Thank
sure
you,
it took
bro.
time for you to get
Thank
there.
you. It's funny because I feel like I gained a little bit of weight, but thank you, bro. I appreciate that. I
I'm
appreciate
hella scrawny. I'm trying to get swole.
I appreciate
But
that, bro. I appreciate that because I think like one of the things that I can add to that is like if you're ever thinking about doing something, the what hurts more is regret,
yeah, not
right?
having done it.
Not having done it, and I refer that back to content because 9 times out of 10, I never ever get mad at the content that I shot. Okay, cool. I got it. I got the shot. Cool. Let's edit that. I'm always mad at the shots I didn't get.
Yeah, same here. Yeah, same here for sure.
I'm always mad at the shots I didn't get, and then when I go back to edit, I'm like, man, Pog, if you would have just took the time to like make this a little better, this would have been your next, viral video or
Yeah.
whatever,
Yeah.
But let's add to that. Do you think virality on Instagram or going viral equals money?
Hell no.
Hell no.
Hell
Going
no.
viral on Instagram does not equal more money, and here is why.
Yeah, so I had a video go viral last year, and people thought that I started making tons of money because it went viral, or that I owed the person in the video money because they're the ones that are in it, and I was getting the views. But views don't translate into income unless it's YouTube and AdSense and all that shit gets involved. But if it's on Instagram or Facebook, you don't get paid.
No.
You don't get paid.
No.
I know some people do get paid. I don't know how they get paid, but they do get
the
paid.
most I ever got paid off Instagram, and that was in 2023. I got paid $1,800 for one video.
Nice.
For one video.
That's
yeah.
solid.
Yeah, for one video. But then I found out that they were running out of money to pay creators.
Yeah.
So what I noticed is they started hindering my views.
To not pay you.
To not pay me. So I turned it off. I tested it. I turned it off, and then out of nowhere, it just shot up again. My views. I'm like, fuck. And now they have money again. So now they're asking me to turn my bonuses on. I probably should because I have a few videos that are getting some traction right now. But yeah, so going viral does not mean you're gonna get more money. But what it does mean though, it means more exposure, and that's what most business, and that's what most businesses need. What am I saying? Every single business needs exposure. Like you don't have a business problem when it comes to making more money. You have an awareness problem. People need to know who you are first to buy from you. Like just think about it. If people knew more of you, you wouldn't be having any problems in your business. You'd be having the problem of turning people away. Like, oh, I can't do it, bro. My bad. I'm too busy. And that's when it's time to go up in prices. By the way, just saying.
I should raise my prices.
Just saying. Just saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do owe it all to content creation and social media and gear first and foremost. Gear is great, but that's half the race, right? Gear is half, well, not even half the race. Like what? The first step.
Yeah.
The first step.
First step.
Step 2 is iPhone. Use your iPhone.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's one thing I can say is going viral does not mean more money. Just put it out there.
A lot of people think that.
No, yeah, oh yeah. People often ask me, how much did you get paid? I'm like, well, honestly, I'd rather have more bookings than the virality. Like I have a video that I got more clients from, which only hit like 100K or something like that, and I got like maybe 20 new clients off that video. But I have a video that's at 20 million views, and that video only got me like 2 or 3.
Dang.
So I'd rather go with the 100K video, and that one's still going off too. Who knows?
What was that video about?
It was just a video of me cutting someone's hair, bro.
Really?
Yeah, that's it. Bro.
What do you think made it pop off?
The satisfying actions, bro.
What you were talking about earlier.
Yes.
So, was that intentional?
Intentional.
You did intentional when
intentional. So the way I shoot content, the way you should shoot content, is not the way you do something. Like you shouldn't shoot content as a tutorial unless you're trying to teach something.
Right.
If you're trying to teach something, it's a different story. That's already a different alley in the content world. Is what I call it. It's already a different alley, a different lane. But if you're trying to go just to make content, it's satisfying actions and tempo. Like how can you make things super smooth to get to the end result? And once you and if you can get someone to the end result, then they can possibly convert. It's called a funnel. I'm sure you know. I'm sure you heard about the funnel.
Yeah.
Each post is a funnel, right? And then it gets smaller towards the bottom.
Right.
And those are your people.
Yeah.
Those are your people.
Yeah, like that video that I did that went viral. It was this little boy doing a speech at a wedding. He was the last person to give a toast at the wedding. He was the couple's son. And I think what made it interesting was that the dad, the groom, he was Asian, and the little boy was white, Caucasian, right? So everybody thought that he was, because he made everybody cry, like everyone who
Oh,
was in
really?
attendance cry,
I
he made
think I
the
seen that
couples cry.
video.
You might have seen it,
I think
right?
I seen that video.
Might have seen it. Kid with the mullet. His name's Lincoln. Um,
Oh my god, I think I seen that video.
yeah, and made everybody cry.
I think
And a lot of the comments said, "We need to know the full story. Was that the real dad? Was the kid adopted?" And I think it's just like it create not controversy, but it made people like start thinking and wondering. And obviously, what the kid said, like it was like a lot of like what do they call it, comedic relief, where he builds up tension and then he soothes it with the joke. You know, he eases that tension with the joke. Everyone starts laughing.
Gift right there.
Yeah, so that kid's talented, man. Like he's going places, right? And it's crazy because like Oprah reposted that video, Za commented, like it was crazy. And I was like, man, this is like when are the views gonna stop? You know, it was going up and up and up. It was annoying. Like my phone every morning I'd wake up and like 100, like it would just max out 100 comments, 100 follows, 100 likes or whatever. It was just
awesome.
9999999. Like it was just nonstop. I'm like, bro, this is crazy. Like this is what people call breaking the internet. You know, like this is this is what you know what I mean.
So to add to that, bro, the reason why that broke the internet is because of how compelling the story was. Stories sell.
Yeah.
If you can tell a great story and makes people feel emotion and feel relate to it, bro, you can sell anything.
Yeah.
Anything. So that's awesome, bro. Honestly, kudos to that because that's that a lot of people don't ever get to experience that. And the fact that you did, that's fucking awesome, dude. That's fucking sick.
It was cool. It was definitely a moment. And I just felt like now I understand like the DJ Khaled's of the world, the Benny Blancos. Yeah, they're not the ones creating. They're not the ones singing in the song. They're not the ones, you know, on the music. Well, they are in the music videos. But what I'm trying to say is they're like, huh?
We the best.
Yeah, it's just a shout out. But he's the one that brings it to, like, they have a good eye. Like the guy that wrote that book, the creative act, what's his name? Rick Rubin.
Yeah.
That's what he does. So he knows what's good and he puts it out to the world. You know what I mean? Like that's what I got from that book, even though he's not an actual music artist, right?
Yeah.
I don't think he is. And that's kind of how I felt by putting that out there. Like I could have never shared this. The world would have never seen it. But I know what's good and I'm going to share this because I think it's good.
That's awesome.
And I think that's what's important. Like for me, like when I post stuff, I don't really like, yeah, I know it's a marketing piece, but I try not to think of the ROI. Like I would have never assumed that video would have gone viral, but I started to get like an idea of you know that it was going to go viral when people had who just came out of the woodworks, people who never commented or liked my posts. I'm like, wow, these people do follow me. I forgot they follow me. You know, they came out of the woodworks.
Yeah, that's sick.
And then like photographers I've never worked with started sharing it. I'm like, all right, this is gonna take off.
That's a huge milestone, and I feel like that's a framework in itself. Like I feel like if you wanted to do that again, you could.
And that's what gives you reassurance. You're like, okay, well, my work is great. Even if it didn't turn into sales, it's like a lot of couples that booked after that video, they didn't book me because of that video either, but I would mention that video or they would look at it after they had booked me and they'd be like, whoa, you're the guy who shot it. Like, that's crazy. Like I saw that video, but I didn't book you because of it. I'm like, that's dope.
I would love to go on one of your shoots, bro, just to kind of experience like how you work and stuff like that. Just because I've always wanted to be part of shoots because I like I told you before, I love cinematography, and I find it a very I just find a very compelling way to tell a story is through cinematic shots, and I would love to like just be around, like just like a fly on the wall.
Observe, yeah.
I'll be the fly on the I'll be the fly on the wall.
Fly of the fly.
Yeah, that's cool, dude. Like again, you know, depending on the story, you know, that's gonna be the telltale sign if it's going to hit or not, you know. And I feel like that story was irresistible. Even Oprah freaking shit. That's fucking sick, dude. Yeah. You know, how many views did you end up getting like at the end? Because I know it fizzled out towards the end.
Yeah. I last time I checked, there was 12 million views. Watch time, it's like years of watch time. Like it's crazy. Years of like, man, this is insane. Like collectively as humans, we've watched it for years.
You ever thought about just posting the whole thing on YouTube and just?
I did, and it didn't do it. Nothing happened.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I did post the whole thing on YouTube.
What about shorts? Did you post it as a short?
I did. I posted it as a short. I posted it as a full video. Didn't take off.
Instagram
and not Snapchat. Sorry, TikTok did. So the TikTok took off.
TikTok is another monster in itself too. Like TikTok actually is a place where you can just shove your work down people's throats.
Yeah.
Instagram is where you build a brand, and YouTube is how you package it.
Yeah.
People think YouTube is a video platform. It is, but if you use it as a tool, it's how you package it.
It's another search engine. Google, I mean, YouTube is a search engine.
Yeah.
How to this, what happens when this, like
100%.
this happened, how do I boom, like fill in the blank, like
Yeah.
it's another search engine.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, that's fucking legit. Like I honestly applaud you for your success, especially when it comes to like that video, because I watched that fucking video. I don't even know you. That's fucking crazy.
You know what I mean? Like
that's fucking sick, bro.
because that's a lot of people, man. Like if you like, I don't think our brains can comprehend past like what 7, like a phone number is 7 digits long, right? Or 10 if you include the area code. But like past that, I don't think our brains have the capacity to really comprehend what a billion is, a trillion is.
No,
we could talk about there's like a trillion stars, but it's like our brains can't really like fathom that.
But aside from that too, like people think that just because they only got 400 views on their video doesn't mean nothing. Dude, that's 400 people.
That's what I'm saying.
Put 400 people in a stadium and just see how much people. 1,000 people is a lot of people.
It's a lot of people,
you know?
man.
Like I know barbers that have 6K following, right?
That's a lot. Following. 6K is a lot.
Yeah, but to them, they have this imposter syndrome or this comparison problem, right? Where they're like, I have to be at this to. No, you don't. I know barbers that have 6K followers that are only only have that. And their engagements through the roof though. Like they have hella engagement. They have all that good stuff. And they're charging $150 a cut. Yeah. Like it's crazy. Like people think the reverse. It's almost like sad.
Yeah.
They think virality, they think all this fancy stuff, all this cool gears gonna get you. Like, no, what matters is how you use it, right? Because you can just stop posting after that. You'll be like, I'm good, I'm fine, I reached my milestone, I'm good, you know.
That's true.
You know, but no, you're here, you're booked out until almost next year, you know. That's fucking awesome. So like, what is like a secret you can say, like, not without giving up too much, right?
I could give everything you want.
Let's fucking go, then. Let's fucking go.
No gatekeeping.
The gates are open. So what is like one thing you can give to a starting filmmaker to get booked out and stuff like that?
See, because for me, I would literally have brides tell me, hey, you need to charge more. They would tell me that. Like, we inquired others and they're like 3-4 times what you're charging, and your work is just as good, if not better. So for me, I was just afraid to charge like the market price, the market rate from the beginning, because I didn't feel like I was worth that. And it kind of made sense, because the more experience you have, the more you can charge. And the way you get experience is through time. That's why you can't get time back, but you can get money back. So you literally need to have the experience, and the experience helps you build confidence, right? So I wouldn't turn down jobs in the beginning. I would even shoot for free in the beginning if I wanted to, right? So yeah, don't be afraid to work for free. I know some people are against that. You know, no, it's business. Don't do it, work for free. But you got to think like it's you have to deliver. You have to do high price stuff at a low price to you, if that makes sense.
Right. Yeah.
Kind of like you, like you could. I'm sure you do, $100 haircuts, but somebody would charge 20 for the same thing, but you can put more passion into it. Even if you were charging 20, you could put in the same effort as if you were charging 100, and eventually you'll get to the point where you charge 100,
so
right?
Pretty much you have to already act like that.
Yeah.
Right? You have to already act as if you're already that filmmaker, that barber.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I think that it comes down to a point where your actions you put it out with action, and your mind just follows that.
Yeah, steal like an artist. I guess that's
I had that book. I haven't read it yet, but I have that book.
Steal like an artist, right? So take what you see, throw in your own sauce, and remix it. Like everything in the world is a remix. There's nothing new under the sun, right?
There's nothing original.
So
nowadays, bro. Like everything, I always tell my students, Instagram is literally a cheat sheet.
Yeah,
it's literally it's already been done, so I don't know, dude. Do it your way.
Yeah,
do it your way. Be authentic as you can, because at the end of the day, nobody can replicate you.
And no one knows what you know, so you can assume what you know is general knowledge that everyone knows, and that's how you steal like an artist. Not everybody knows your own references, what your influences are. You may think that everyone knows, but not everybody knows. Like I listen to a lot of rap and I hear a lot of, you'll hear a new song that an artist will steal like a lyric from an old song. You'll be
Yeah,
like,
I
yo, that's
think
not the original artist.
I
He didn't
think
say that
I
originally.
think we're in the speaking of music. I think we're in the era of samples. Would you
Yeah.
say like you can say, okay, I didn't like this, but I'm gonna do it this way this next time,
Yeah.
and that is and that's how you improve content, how you improve filmmaking. Um, I still have yet to practice filmmaking, but I love filmmaking. Does that
Yeah.
make sense?
No, yeah,
You know,
100%. Yeah.
you know. Um, but yeah, I definitely think that every barber, especially everybody that's trying to do content, has like this imposter syndrome, where your brain tells you this isn't you. Why are you doing this? Like stop it. Like stop. Like you know what you can do that, and then you end up talking yourself out of it.
And a lot of times that's not even like your voice. That's just the voice of others
Telling
speaking.
you, yeah,
Yeah.
telling
It's like,
you otherwise.
yeah,
Shut that off. One,
yeah,
shut that off
yeah, because that's not
because
your voice.
no, it's not your voice. Shut that off because we're here for a little bit of time, and I hope you know this. Everyone needs to know this. You're gonna die eventually. If you didn't know that, you're gonna die eventually. You might as well do what you want to do, respectfully.
No, yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
of course.
and it's only in the content space. Like, what do you think that is? Like, it's always only in the content space.
I don't know. I feel like for me, it's like we don't like the sound of our own voice. I don't know if you remember this, but like whenever you would record something, your own voice, and you would hear it back, it doesn't sound like it sounds to you. So you're
Yeah,
like, automatically, that's imposter right there.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
this isn't me. That's how I sound. What the hell?
No, yeah.
So I think it all started there, right?
Like, yeah. So my girlfriend asked me the other day. She goes, "How do you like shoot content and then not worry about what you sound like or what you look?" I'm like, honestly, I think the message is way more important than
Yeah,
what you look like or sound like.
yeah.
The message that you're trying to put across is way more important than what you have on. I mean, yeah, later on you want to look fresh and stuff. You want to have some that's you. But I think what's more important is the message that you're trying to convey at the end of the day, and regardless of how you sound, there's people out there that don't have much and they're doing it regardless of what they have or what they sound like. So it's like, why shouldn't you? You know what I mean? You know. Um, but yeah, it's only in the content space. Only, especially with barbers too. I deal with it all the time. Like I speak to a lot of barbers, and then I always tell them, "Oh, why don't you want to shoot content?" Always because it's hard. Well,
Bro, it's just pressing record,
yeah, it's just
talking. You already do it anyway.
yeah. Just hit record. It's that simple. But and not just barbers. Everybody in the service industry, they overcomplicate it. So that's why I have a simple framework. Simple framework, just 3 clips and result, done. Don't overthink it.
Yeah. Was it always this way for you?
No, so in the beginning, and this is how you can study other creators, is go to the early stuff, go scroll all the way
At the
down,
bottom.
go to the bottom and see what worked for them, see what they did at first. That's how you're gonna know, and how you're gonna see, okay, he's just like me. He was at one point where I'm at one point he was there. So that's what I did, is I would go all the way down and I would scroll, and then I would go to the very first video they ever posted to what they have now.
And you see that
And you
like
see that,
progression, huh?
yeah, you see the progression. You're like, oh, okay, I can do it. And sometimes it doesn't happen overnight. Well, never,
Nah,
it
hell
never
no.
does.
Never does.
It takes a while. It takes at least a solid 3 to 8 months. If you're not willing to put in that time for a solid 3 to 8 months, and even past that, then why even try? Like don't half-ass it, is what I'm saying. So it was never like this. It was never always like this for me. At first, I didn't know what to record. So I was at one point in that boat. That's why I want to teach this. That's why I want to teach this shit, because I know what can work, and if it worked for me, why wouldn't it work for you?
Exactly.
You know what
Yeah,
I
like
mean?
what do you have that others don't? But at the end of the day, it's all mindset though. That's what I've come down to. It's like all of my family came from Mexico as immigrants, right? It's like you're starting a brand new game of Monopoly. Everybody gets the same amount of money. You start out at go. Everybody rolls the dice, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what basically differentiates one player from another is the properties they buy, whether they pull the trigger, they take the risk to buy that, little card or whatever.
Yeah.
And going back to my parents all coming as immigrants, I only have one uncle from my dad's side who's a business owner. Everyone else is an employee. That sounds fucked up, but it's just That's just the reality. You know,
Yeah,
everybody,
yeah.
work till is gonna work till 65. All my aunts and uncles, even my dad. No, I guess my dad is the other one, but that's a whole nother story.
Right, right.
My uncle, he's a trucker, and he's the only one out of all of them that came from Mexico, worked in the field, saved money, bought houses, whatever, that is doing it. That lives a life that I
He
would
wants to.
eventually like to live, right? So I learned a lot of game from him. And I always ask myself, what made you different from everybody else? Why are you in this position working for yourself when everybody else is not? Like, what you guys started, you guys slept in the same play, had the same influences. What the hell did you do different that they didn't do?
Right,
You know?
right.
And to this day, I still pick his brain, and he just thinks he doesn't act his age. And I think that's very important too. Like, I feel young as hell. I just turned 30, but
Same.
I still feel like 20 or 19. Like in my head, yeah, when they call me senor, I'm like, nah, I'm muchacho. What you
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about?
I'm the what they call a YN,
Yeah,
a
yeah,
YN, But yeah, that's pretty cool that your uncle can actually like tell you in words because a lot of people don't know what made them successful. If you can articulate how you did it and exactly and teach it, you can even make money off of that
yeah.
because people would want to. Bro, I would love to learn off of this famous hairdresser that I know. His name is Joshua P. I would love to learn off of him, and he already has that out there. But like, that's my point: is if you can somehow teach your success to somebody else, you win more than doing the thing that you actually learned. Does that make sense?
Yeah, of
Like,
course.
I'm pretty sure if you were to teach filmmaking, you would get more out of that than actually the filmmaking because you love filmmaking that much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because to you, you're not gonna half-ass it one.
Yeah.
You are right.
Yeah, yeah,
You're
yeah.
not gonna
There's
half.
no way. It's
There's
not
no. Yeah, it's
possible.
impossible because you love filmmaking that
Yeah.
much. Like you're not gonna tell somebody and give somebody a cheat sheet of shitty gear to buy. No, you're gonna tell them, no, you're gonna buy this and this and this, and you're gonna use it this way. Why? Because it worked for me. Why wouldn't it work for you? However, you do got to add your little twist to it, though. Like, I do feel like authenticity. That's where authenticity comes in. Is you have to somehow figure out how to make it work for you because just because it worked for you in that way doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna work for me in that way. So
Yeah, because we all have different levels of emotional intelligence. We all have different levels of like social anxieties,
oh yeah, yeah,
We
bro.
all have different levels of everything, like risk taking. Some people are more risk averse than others. So all that plays a huge role too. But yeah, like you said, if I could do it, why can't you? You're a human being. You have two hands, you have 2 feet, you have a brain, you can see, you can talk, you're not paralyzed. Like what stops you? But like how I just said, all those other little things play a role too. Your
Big role,
upbringing, what
big
what you
role.
believe.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it all comes down to belief systems. Like I'm way different than my wife when it comes to taking risks or talking to people, putting yourself out there. And so
Same, bro. My
she's
lady,
more like
yeah,
introverted.
yeah, yeah. She's more introverted, but she actually just started her own little business. She loves matcha. Like, she's like obsessed with
Oh
matcha.
yeah.
So if you love matcha, bro, if you're an EP, bro, let me know.
Put me
Cool.
in, but I
I
want to
got
get
you.
some.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got you. I got you,
I want
bro.
some.
I
Yeah.
got you. She started her own little business. She's like, oh, should I do it? I'm like, dude, just do it, dude. Like, if this is what you love, you're not gonna half-ass it. She goes, well, yeah, that's true. So I'm gonna do it. And then she's doing it, bro. And I've never seen her like so fulfilled. Like, obviously being a mother is fulfillment too, but like in a job, like people never get to experience that fulfillment from a job. And I think she loves it. And I can see her going all the way with it, to the point where like I can see her opening up a own little cafe, like, and to see her do that is so inspiring because I knew how hard it was for her to get out of her shell. You know what I mean? Like, we had the reason why it's hard for her to get out of her shell is because back in, like, I want to say 2021, we had a big threat. She got threatened, like, on through social media, and because she used to have a personal training business and she was really good at it, but she stopped because we got threatened, like literally like death threats, like for some weird reason. It was some guy from high school that I used to hang out with, but he was all tracked out off crack and shit, and he would like send her messages to where like it scared her.
I got one of those.
Yeah, it scared her. It scared her to the point where like she didn't want to post anymore. And I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, don't let that stop you. Like, just
Yeah.
know I got you. Like it pissed me off. One,
Of
obviously,
course, bro. Why you coming at me like that?
yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah. It pissed me off. One, like, don't talk to my girl like that. One, and I know like who the guy was. So when I seen him, and my girl said, do not do anything. I was like, oh, fuck that. He's right here. I'm gonna pull up on him. She goes, don't. And who knows what would have happened if I would have pulled up on him. But that's another reason why I do feel like it was really hard for her to put her stuff out there. Like even then to this day, like she'll get DMs and she's like, "Oh, who's does it look weird?" And I'm like, "No, dude, it's a person." Like it's like stop letting old programming
Yeah,
come back.
programming.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
like
real.
stop letting old programming come back up. And like I think it's another that's and adding on to that. I think that's a huge thing, especially when you're running a business, because old programming somehow comes up at the worst times, bro, whether it be like your traumas of your childhood and like you trying to run a business and stuff like that. Somehow, some way, the old programming comes back up. Like, oh fuck, like did I fuck him up? Oh shit, fuck. Like I hope he comes back. Like, no, dude, you did a good job. Stop it. Like, like no matter what I do, I know I did a good job, but I'm always wondering, fuck that. I could have. Oh, I hope he comes back. I hope he does. You know what I mean? I don't know if you ever have that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know,
Yeah, every time I, deliver a wedding video to a client
it's
and
like,
yeah, it's like, man, are they gonna like it? They always love it, but it's like I can always improve a little bit. But once it's out, it's out, I'm sure artists will make music for the exact same way. Even after they made a hit, like your song can go, platinum, whatever, Billboard top one, top two, top whatever. And I'm sure there's still little things that the producer or the artist was like, man, if we could have just changed that, it would have been even better.
way
So I
better.
think that's just something about being an artist, because we are artists at the end of the day. You're artists with hair, I'm artist, visual artist with video. And yeah.
Both beautiful arts, by the way. Both beautiful arts. I can attend that because I said before, I really love cinematography, and I do aspire to be at a shoot someday, bro. Like cutting somebody's hair before a shoot would be fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Imagine that. I could just imagine that, like cutting up the groom while
Yeah.
you're recording. Yeah, I don't know why. I just want to be part of. Like I love it. I love gear. Like I love being around that environment. It's just so cool to me. Um, but yeah, man. This conversation has been almost 2 hours long, bro. Hope you know that.
Real?
Yeah, it's
Damn.
almost 2 hours long, and that's how you know it's a good convo, bro.
Crazy.
But yeah, man. So, what is one thing you can give the audience, like one gem, you give the audience right now before we wrap this up?
You're worth more than what you think you are. Your time is very valuable. Like that's something you can never get back. You can spend all the money in the world, but you can't spend all the time in the world. Time is finite. You are going to die one day, and make the best use of your time because, like I said, money comes and goes, but time doesn't come and go. You can't get time back. And that's why, people who go to jail and spend 25 years, like that hurts more than paying a $500,000 fine. Losing 25 years of your life in the can, like that's worse than paying a fine.
Way worse.
You know what I mean?
Way
So
worse.
losing, yeah, just make the best use of your time. And these are the good years. Like you may think that you may be going through a rough patch, but 5, 10, 15 years from now, looking back, these are the good years.
I think no one ever tells you you're in the good old times,
Yeah.
right? Like
It's just in
no,
retrospect.
yeah. Like no one tells you. Like I wish someone told me I was in the good old times when we were in the good old times, and I think we are in the good old times, right? Right. But yeah, man, this won't be the last time I have you on the pod. Let's shoot for part two.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Let's shoot for part two. I really had fun with this podcast. This was really fun. We explored a bunch of cool stuff when it came to mindset, entrepreneurship, the service industry, and putting yourself out there first and foremost. Like I know it's hard, but you'll thank yourself 30 days from now. I promise. I promise. 30 days from now, I can promise you that. But yeah, I am your host, Paco from Built for More Podcast, and I'll see you guys on part two.
Peace.
That was sick, bro.
I'm sick. Hell yeah,
That was
brother.
that was badass, bro. I really enjoyed this one, bro.
Hell yeah.